Hello, I'm Dr. David Hawkins, the director of the Marriage Recovery Center, and I want to talk to you again about narcissistic personality disorder. There's been a lot of interest in this issue, and I want to tell you, I think there's been a lot of misinformation out there. And so I hope to bring clarity to you, to this disorder, and to what you can do if you're involved with someone with narcissistic personality disorder or narcissistic traits. And so I have four main points that I want to share with you that I want you to really think about when it comes to this NPD issue or narcissistic traits. Now, the first point is you recognize right there that I said NPD or narcissistic traits. So many clinicians will say that it's simply narcissistic personality disorder, and if you've got that, there is no cure, no effective treatment, and so on. And I just think we've got to be really, really careful. So point number one is NPD is on a spectrum. Yes, there are issues ranging from narcissistic traits, and you know what those are. I'm going to repeat a few of them for you. They are individuals who believe that they're better than others. They have a sense of grandiosity. They imagine themselves to having done more and being better than the other person or other people. They're easily jealous. They're easily threatened. They take advantage of others. They have trouble with their fragile self-esteem. They expect constant praise and attention. Okay, now every one of those issues can be on a spectrum. So, of course, if you are involved with someone or are that person who has each and every one of those traits to the extreme, of course you're in trouble. But maybe you're involved with someone where those traits are modest or moderate. Maybe they're mild. So again, please think in terms of this being on a spectrum. Okay, from NPD traits to NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, from small to great, and measure everything accordingly. And be really careful. You know, we've begun to pathologize nearly everybody. It's amazing to me how many people were throwing around terms such as they have bipolar disorder, they have NPD, they have a personality disorder, they have this kind of disorder. Be really, really, really careful with that, okay? Second point, I hear this phrase bandied around a lot. The past is the best predictor of the future. Well, that is true, except for if there is an intervention. So someone who has been a practicing alcoholic but has gone to treatment and they are participating in an aftercare program and they've been clean and sober for 10 years, they're going to be very, very different. And so to say, well, their past is the best predictor of the future, that just isn't fair. So the past is a good predictor of the future without intervention. With intervention, it's not a good predictor of the future. In fact, we can expect if someone has a godly sorrow that leads to repentance, we often see people who have a change of heart and then a transformation of their minds as well. And then we see behavior change. So be very, very careful. Point number three, what does an intervention look like? Thought you'd never ask. An intervention means someone with NPD traits or NPD. If they are willing to participate in an intervention, if they're willing to participate in intensive individual and couples counseling. Yes, individual and couples counseling. They are often sent for individual counseling, but of course, when people come in for individual counseling, they're going to present themselves in the most favorable light, and that's not going to help us clinicians really work on the issues. And so I'm one of the few people who believes that couples counseling, combined with good individual counseling, can be a wonderful intervention, and we really can see effective behavior change. And their willingness or unwillingness to participate in treatment will be a good indication of what kind of change you can expect. If they stonewall you, if they tell you they're willing to go for 3 sessions and that's it, if they get angry, defiant, lots of pushback and so on, well, there's your answer. If they're willing to participate, then that's a different story. And that brings me to point number 4. Okay, what if they don't want to go to counseling? Well, many people don't want to go to counseling. Don't let that throw you off. If you are a woman and you're married to someone with NPD traits, you can insist on couples counseling. Yes, you heard me right. You can insist on counseling. And I want to tell you the number one secret that most women don't know, and I wish they would realize this. Us men are very dependent underneath our hard, tough John Wayne exterior. We can't live without you, in fact. It's a big secret. Now you know it. We have soft underbellies, very soft underbellies. Did I say very, very, very soft underbellies? We need you. We need our marriages. We need to be in relationship. And if you will draw a hard and fast line for us, we will go to counseling when we must go to counseling, and we will change when we must. All right, there you go. There are my 4 points. Number 1, NPD is often on a continuum, a spectrum. Be careful about thinking either they have it or they don't, because it might be they have it somewhat. Number 2, the past is the best predictor of the future, except for if there's been an intervention, and there can be an intervention. Number 3, what's that intervention look like? The intervention looks like individual and couples counseling. In that couples counseling, they learn empathy, they learn to validate, they learn emotional dancing, they learn how to develop a good, healthy emotional connection. Does it take work? It does take work. How much work? A lot of work. But many NPDs are willing to do the work. Why? Point number 4, insist on intensive counseling. And why will they participate in intensive counseling? Because they are dependent on you. They need this relationship. So don't take that initial pushback as a capital N-O. Take it as a, I'm afraid, I'm scared, I don't have much insight, I don't see that I have a problem. But in the couples work, combined with the individual work, they will begin to see it and they can grow. And many with NPD traits can make changes. I'd love to help you make decisions and make healthy decisions. So again, I'm Dr. David Hawkins from the Marriage Recovery Center. You can contact me directly at 360-490-5446. Email me at drdavid, D-R-D-A-V-I-D, at marriagerecoverycenter.com. Go to our website for some free downloadable material and many videos like this one. And that's www.marriagerecoverycenter.com. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.